Good morning, children. So I hope you have seen my previous video where I explained you how the stomata looks under the microscope, where we have studied the structure of stomata and its mechanism. Okay. So now today, as I told you, we will learn the importance of carbon dioxide, sunlight and chlorophyll in the photosynthesis process. So in your book, there are 3 activities being given to explain the importance of these 3. So the first experiment that I'll explain you is of from the variegated plant, where the importance of chlorophyll. So we will study the importance of chlorophyll in the photosynthesis process. Why chlorophyll is very important for photosynthesis process. And for that we have to take a variegated plant. Now what is a variegated plant? So here you can see I have kept one pot here. So this is a money plant. And here you can see there is the leaves. Just observe the leaves of this plant. So you can see the leaves of this plant. They are not completely green. There are some patches on it. White patches on it. Okay. You can see there are some white patches on this leaf. That shows in these areas chlorophyll is not present. Okay, so you can see white color patches on these leaves, and such types of leaves are called as variegated leaves. So here you can closely look here. You can see the white patch on it. It's a white patch, and that shows the chlorophyll pigments are absent in those areas. Okay, and wherever the leaf is green color, that shows the chlorophyll is present. So with the help of this pot or this type of leaves, variegated leaves, we will perform the experiment. So money plant and some of the crotons plants which we use in the gardening can be used for the purpose of this particular experiment. Okay, now what we will do is we have to take this potted plant and keep it in a completely dark room. Okay, so what is the first step in this experiment is we have to take this potted plant and keep it in a dark room. Okay, dark room means where sunlight cannot reach. And this plant we have to keep it for 3 to 4 days. Okay, in this dark room. So why we are keeping it for 3 to 4 days? The main purpose of keeping this plant in the dark room for 3 to 4 days is for de-starching. Okay, what is the purpose here? De-starching. Now what do you mean de-starching here? That is whatever food. See, in the beginning of the lesson I have explained starch is the stored food. So that food will be utilized. Whatever food which will be stored in these leaves, okay, in all these leaves will be used by the plant in these 3 or 4 days. So all that starch will be used up. So this method is called de-starching. So that no starch will be left in the leaves, because we have not kept this in sunlight. We have kept in dark room. So sunlight cannot reach or fall on these leaves, and they can so that is for 3-4 days. When you keep it, de-starching will take place. All the stored food in the form of starch will be used by the plant. And after 3-4 days, we have to now again pick this potted plant and keep it in the sunlight for few hours. Okay, so say about 5 to 6 hours. We'll keep it in the sunlight. And what is the purpose to keep in sunlight? So that the plant can now carry out the photosynthesis freshly. It will start again the process of photosynthesis freshly. And after this, after 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours, you pluck any one leaf from this potted plant. Okay, so what do you do? You have to pluck one leaf. So I have already plucked one leaf from this potted plant. Okay, so you can see here, this is a leaf I plucked from this potted plant. Okay, and then we have to carry out the experiment. And on this leaf, what you do is you have to now what you do is we have to here mark. You have to trace like this with the help of the black sketch pen. You can trace the parts which is not having the chlorophyll pigments. Okay, So in this manner you can see I have traced the part here. So this is the area where chlorophyll pigments are not present, and the other area you will see the green color chlorophyll pigments. Okay, so I hope you have understood here. This is the area where pigments, green color pigments is not present. So I have traced it in this manner, and then you can also trace it on a paper. So you can trace it on a paper in this manner. So you can trace this and on a paper in this manner like this. And then you can shade the parts. So these are the parts here like this. So you have seen these parts here. So you know this part like this here, and then this part like this here, and here in this manner here. So this is the area where the chlorophyll pigments are not present. So this way you have to trace it on a paper also. Okay, now what you have to do is, first after we have plucked this leaf from the plant, okay, so first in the first step, see now in here I have drawn with the pictorial representation. I have shown this experiment because at present I don't have any materials present, so only orally I'll explain what are the materials we need for this experiment. So we have to take a beaker containing water, okay, and a Bunsen burner. So this leaf which we have taken, the leaf which you have plucked, that selected leaf we have to put in the water, and we have to heat or boil this water with the help of the Bunsen burner. Okay, so we have to boil this water. Okay, so after boiling this water with the help of now we have to remove this leaf and then keep this leaf. So after boiling this water, so what is the purpose of boiling this water? Is to kill all the cells of this leaf. So we can say we are killing the leaf here. Okay, killing the leaf in sense means all the cells will be dead cells. Okay, no more the cells are living. So after that we have to remove this leaf and place it in another beaker. Okay, so here you can see there are two beakers are kept here. Okay, so here you can see there are two beakers are kept, and the inner beaker which you can see, this beaker is filled with alcohol. Okay, here we have taken ethyl alcohol. Okay, so alcohol is an organic compound. Okay, so in this beaker we have taken alcohol, and this leaf which we have boiled, that leaf we have to put in this alcohol. Okay, and we have to boil now this alcohol indirectly. We should not boil directly on the flame, otherwise the alcohol has a tendency to catch the fire. So that's why we are boiling it indirectly. Okay, so this alcohol is being kept in a water tub. So you can see there is, again we have taken the water tub, and this leaf which is placed in another beaker alcohol is been indirectly placed in the water tub and been boiled and heated. Okay, so it has been heated here, and when the alcohol gets boiled here, so what is the purpose of heating it in alcohol is, it will decolorize it. All the pigments will be removed and the leaf will become pale in color. Okay, means the green color pigments will be removed, it will be decolorized, and the leaf will become pale color. Okay, and after it is done, after you will see that the whole leaf is turned in pale color, then it is the time to remove the leaf. Okay, and then when you remove the leaf, we have to wash it thoroughly in the cold water. Okay, so that is what you have to do. After it is completely becomes pale in color, we have to remove that leaf and wash it in cold water. And then after that, this leaf is now ready for the starch test. Okay, we can call it as the starch test. Now what is starch test? So for starch test we require one more material that is called as the iodine solution. Okay, dilute iodine solution. Okay, and for the starch test, what you do is you have to just pour 1 or 2 drops of iodine solution on this leaf, or apply the iodine solution on the leaf, and leave that solution for few minutes and observe what happens. And after few minutes, this is what you will see on the leaf. Okay, so what you have seen is that the area, this is what you see. Okay, you will see the bluish black color. you will see bluish black color patches on the leaf. You will see bluish black color patches on the leaf. Okay, only in some area, whereas the other area will remain unchanged. You can see the white color which is remain unchanged here. So why only in few area you see the bluish black color? This indicates that the area in which, so this area which has turned bluish black in color, this area represent the area where chlorophyll was present. Okay, the green color pigments was present, and the area in which the chlorophyll pigments was not present, there was no change in color. So there was no change. This is no change in color. Okay, because of the iodine solution. Only the area which had the chlorophyll pigment showed the change in color, okay, when you added the iodine. So this test is called starch test, means because chlorophyll is present in that area, as we have kept in sunlight for 6 hours, okay, and what happened, the plant started preparing food in that particular area only because of the presence of chlorophyll pigments. And we know what food is prepared in that, mainly the starch. So iodine, when is added to carbohydrates, it will turn bluish black in color. This is a test of starch. Whenever iodine is added to carbohydrates, the glucose, carbo is nothing but the glucose, it will turn into bluish black in color. Okay, the carbohydrates will turn bluish black, and that shows the presence of starch in it. So it clearly indicates that the chlorophyll pigments has prepared the food, that is nothing but the starch. And in other areas where there was no change in color, that shows no food was prepared, there was no starch present. So very clearly from this experiment, what we come to know is chlorophyll is very, very important. So here you can see, so in this area, suppose this leaf, so that means the whole this area will turn, okay, this area will turn bluish black in color. Only this 3 areas will remain unchanged here, okay, where the whole other area will turn bluish black because the other area was, so in this leaf, okay, only this area will remain unchanged, whereas the other area which is green in color will turn into bluish black in color. Okay, so I hope children you have understood this experiment. So goodbye, and today you learn this experiment. Okay, for today's homework is you will learn this experiment. So goodbye, stay safe.